Trevor Peak taking on Erick Gonzalez, plus 175 for Gonzalez, minus 175 for Peak. Over under set at 1.5 rounds, plus 160 for the over, minus 160 for the under. Undefeated Trevor Peak making his debut in the UFC. Erick Gonzalez 0-2 in the UFC. Who you like in this one?
This one's tough too. All these fights are tough this week. I think stylistically, we have a ton of good matchups. Trevor Peak on the Contender Series, the one thing that I liked seeing out of him was that he had the ability to bounce back after being hurt, after being cracked, and the dude holds some serious power as well. Looked pretty sharp in that fight when he was the one dishing out the shots. The durability factor, I think, is going to be big in this fight. I think he will be the more durable fighter. If Erick Gonzalez can't put him out in that first round, I think Trevor Peak has the advantage going forward. And that's just based off of watching Trevor Peak on the Contender Series. And as, the fight went on, he got stronger even after being hurt and cracked. So, Erick Gonzalez 0-2 in the UFC. It is kind of do or die time for him. Lost to Terrence McKinney. And I know people hate on Terrence McKinney because of his last performance. But he's got that style where he's going to rush forward and try to take you out quick. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. He was able to against Gonzalez. Got the submission halfway through the first round, and then he loses to Jim Miller by KO. But, we saw Jim Miller is one of the most durable dudes in the UFC for his age. He was on a 3-fight win streak. So that's kind of a tough first fight in the UFC, in my opinion. But I don't think you're getting, much better with Trevor Peak. I think Trevor Peak is more of a prospect here. I do think he's going to be the better fighter. And for the pick, man, I'm just going to lean on that durability and power. You mix those things together, you're going to find success at this level. So yeah, I'm gonna ride with Trevor Peak.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you again. Trevor Peak, that fight he had on the Contender Series was super exciting. He took 46 or 65 significant strikes, 60 significant strikes in the first round, and survived. Got to round 2. And finished it in round 2. So he took a beating in the first round. And this guy, you could tell he leans on his durability and leans on his heart. Guy, he's never gonna quit. And he throws hard, throws explosive shots. He goes for it too. He's not in there to, point fight. He's coming in there to knock you out. He's got 7 knockouts. 7-0, 7 knockouts. So the story there. For Erick Gonzalez, really just hasn't shown much. His opponents in the UFC have been kind of tough. Obviously, you said got subbed by McKinney. He was a big underdog in that one. Got knocked out by Jim Miller. He was, plus 225 underdog in that one. But Jim Miller knocked him out cold. He completely folded him.
Yeah.
He's super hittable on the feet, and that's not going to do you well going up against a guy with 7 knockouts. So, yeah, it's pretty much all Trevor Peak in this one for me. The only thing that scares me is both guys get hit a lot.
Yep.
It's the stats are kind of skewed because Peak only has, 1 fight under his record as far as the UFC stats go. 8.53 strikes absorbed per minute for Peak, 6.65 strikes absorbed for Erick Gonzalez per minute. But he did crack McKinney in that first round. If you go back and watch that, he cracked him with a left, but McKinney was able to. He didn't drop him, but he cracked him a little bit, and then McKinney was able to get the back and get the rear naked choke. But I would trust Peak's durability more. It's just that little scary taking a Contender Series guy making his debut who leans on his durability. It's something a little greasy there. But yeah, I would take Peak. You'd probably be better off taking a knockout prop. Gonzalez has only been knocked out once, right, but it was Jim Miller who, has looked a lot more powerful as of late, but not necessarily known for big knockout power. So if you find the right spot on Erick Gonzalez, it'll put him out, and I would expect Peak to do that. So I'll take.
Be interested to see what the under is in this one. Both guys are going to come out firing.
1.5.
Oh, yeah.
Minus 160 for the under. So yeah,
I was hoping for a minus 120, minus 130, minus 160. So dicey for over unders.
Yeah.
You got to lay a lot of money to win a unit, and I mean, we've seen it time and time again, or at least I have. You're on the wrong side of that thing by about 2 to 3 minutes every single time, or two big finishers go to decision for the first time in their career every time.
Yeah, especially after watching Trevor Peak take a beating in the first round and then
Yeah,
come back and win. And it was 2 minutes and 37 seconds into the
yep,
second round. So that's you'd lose your under there. Like he just took a
yeah,
beating for a round and then battled back and got it. So
right.
yeah, it's a tough one to lay that kind of chalk on any fight, really.
Another exciting fight, though. I
Yeah.
mean, it's gonna be. I mean, we got a ton of exciting fights at least.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one, seeing how it looks.